No matter how bad off you are, your troubles are nothing. You aren't a corn cobbler, and you're not Charlie Wayne, so be grateful for that. But here they are, the band with 1,000 gadgets and a million laughs, the Korn Kobblers playing the Handicap March. Isn't nature wonderful, Stan? No matter what time of year it is, she's always beautiful to look at.
Who?
Mother Nature.
Well, who's she? Have I met her?
Never mind. I can see you haven't studied the wonders of the great outdoors the way I have.
You've studied the outdoors. You have. Well, I can do it better.
Well, here he comes, the man who started as a little acorn and now he's oak, Charlie Wayne.
Hi, fellas. Say, I'm a real gardener. Anything you want to know about planting, just ask me.
Well, that's fine, Charlie. I'm thinking of planting a rock garden some of these days, and first I'd like to...
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Why, you ought to know rocks won't grow. I tried it once myself. Not a thing come up. Not even a pebble.
All right, then. I'll make a truck garden.
Well, what'll you grow?
Oh, the things they usually grow in truck gardens.
Can I go for a ride?
A ride on what?
On the truck you're going to grow.
You're going to go on the biggest ride of your life, for a reason. And the reason is the way you sing, When the Bloom is on the Sage. Show the people what I mean, Charlie.
When it's roundup time in Texas, and the bloom is on the sage, how I long to be in Texas, back a-riding on the range, just to hear the bacon frying, while it's sizzling in the pan. Hear the breakfast horn in the early morn, drinking coffee from the can. Just a riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swaying, sweating, swearing, listening to a cowhand song. How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be again, to be free again, when the bloom is on the sage. When it's roundup time in Texas and the bloom is on the sage, how I long to be in Texas, back a-riding on the range, just to hear the bacon fry while it's sizzling in the pan. Hear the breakfast horn in the early morn, drink coffee from a can, just riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just swaying, sweating, swearing, listening to a cowhand song. How it beckons, and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be free again, when the bloom is on the sage.
Charlie, I don't think you know anything about flowers. I'll bet you couldn't even answer a simple question.
I'll bet I could.
All right. How many leaves has a clover?
4, if it's lucky.
And you call yourself a horticulturalist?
What?
A horticulturalist is a man who grafts flowers.
Oh, well, that's me then.
You, a horticulturalist?
Sure, that's what you are if you graft flowers.
Well, that's right. Well, what did you do?
Well, I snatched a pot of petunias last night.
Oh, go back to the band with the rest of the boys, Stan. And as punishment, help them play, fiddle, play. Say, Stan, I hear from the boys in the band that you started a garden once. How did it turn out?
Oh, not so good.
Was it too much work?
Yeah, nothing but digging and digging.
But you shouldn't keep on digging. You should plant a few things.
Well, I never got around to that. Every time I'd dig, I'd find worms. And then I'd have to knock off and go fishing.
Well, you know, I gave up gardening a long time ago. Every time I worked on a flower bed, it got full of bugs.
Oh, those were bed bugs, weren't they?
Oh, no, they weren't, but you wouldn't understand. And speaking of bugs, 6 of them are picking up their instruments now to play No, I Don't Want to Be Rich.
You ask me why I'm a hobo and why I sleep in the ditch. It's not because I'm lazy, I just don't want to be rich. Now I could make $1,000,000 and then sit around and get fat, but then I'd lose my girlish form and I sure don't want to do that.
I used to be a careful gardener. I put every tiny blade of grass in its place and still miss my putt. But here's something you can't afford to miss.